Boss, welcome. This is from Kenya to the world. Keep listening to every word. Make sure MC forever heard. City on Nairobi at work. This is from Kenya to the world.
Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Head, shoulders, knees, toes.
Reveal those secrets. Anyway, yes, I'm so excited to finally have you here.
Yeah. This is gonna be so weird because like
I know
you guys.
I'm sitting here too.
Yeah, like we know each other.
And I know y'all.
I get to,
Like, so Karen, tell us about it. It's not gonna be like that. It's
But I mean,
chill.
I like that we haven't actually met since I got back. So you have genuine questions, right?
Awesome.
Always.
And we thank you for actually agreeing to come here.
I know you, like,
2
just
days.
walked
Well, you
off
guys
the
did great
plane.
last week. So
Thank you.
you.
You know,
Yeah.
You know well.
shucks.
nah, I'm so proud. Oh, I have to tell you guys about a talk I went to last night.
What is it? Let's
Well,
just start.
It's about media talk, and I just feel like
All right, here.
yeah,
What was it about?
it was about just how the youth have to kind of step up their games in terms of
True.
content on the media, and I
Yeah.
feel like you guys are definitely gonna be great
Thank
because you
you.
guys know what's
Trying.
going on and you know how it feels to be a viewer. So.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And that's actually why I was really excited to ask you to come up, you know, because actually when we first met, we were talking
Yeah.
about how whack interviews are, because obviously we're all artists here.
We were sat in the studio like, man, interviews.
I'm so glad it's you guys. You don't even know, man.
Trust me. I mean, actually, I haven't done any. I've been doing the interviewing, and I put that in quotes
Yeah.
ever since this started up. And since then, I haven't done any interviews. So I guess this is the way I want to do it
Seriously?
forever now.
You know, but
Sit
now
on
I'm
the
on
side.
this side of the
Interesting.
table too, so I get to ask you guys. I'm gonna
How's the weather over
ambush
there?
you with some questions. No, but it's
Okay.
true, okay? Because that's
I'm
a serious
preparing
place
myself.
to kind of start with. Because I think one of the things I would love to say is, you know, we haven't actually spoken that much about you being in LA, which I think it's so interesting that you've been there. We were saying the last time we met that we were switching places.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how random is it that I'm staying here and you're
Insane.
going away? Like, bye, passing ship.
It's interesting.
But it's funny, I will say that as different as everyone perceives it, there are things about the media that I find really similar. Like there's mentalities that
Yeah.
people hold, especially speaking about young people and
Yeah.
content that like, speaking of ratchetivity, you know, just is a lot of it gets like replayed
Whoa.
and Blinky and I were saying that the reason why people don't often want to do interviews is because he was like, once I did an interview and they just didn't even ask about my music, they just asked me like when I lost my virginity.
yeah, and it's just like I represent my music and my art. Like
Right.
So,
I
like,
don't want to
yeah.
get derailed and be labeled as this other thing,
Yeah.
like about how I look and
Right.
care about that when I leave the house. I'd rather let's
Like
Yeah.
let the
care
music
about my
speak.
music,
Yeah,
yeah.
let
Yeah.
the music speak for itself. I know people get pretty personal and stuff that
They
just
do.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you find when you were in LA that there was
La.
the same limitations, or did you feel like there was also like you were seeing other people that were artists or females or even yourself being treated pretty much the same way by the media?
Well, yeah, because when I first went to LA, I just felt like, wow, these are real people. Wow. You know, it's like, wow, this is real. Like, this is real. Like, what you see on E is not real, but I see
Right.
the real.
Right.
And I feel like that is how it is. It's kind of going there here. And
Yeah.
I just want to stop it and be like,
No
wait, there is
news.
real art in the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So,
aspects of it he has going like that?
just
'Cause,
like,
our roads and stuff. We ain't gonna have no fancy cars. I'll
No,
tell you
you're
that
talking about
much.
the way
no, we're
the
talking about the
media is
media and
presented.
how like we have socialites and everything. It is
Right.
definitely going in that
Well, smooth,
direction.
yeah.
But
Right.
I don't know if it's in such a bad way because we have a platform and we have people to talk
Yeah.
to now. So that's kind of good because
Yeah.
the youth are kind of in control now. And I
Yeah.
feel like the fact that we have this
Yeah.
platform is great.
It's totally true,
That's
and that's
awesome.
actually why I'm so passionate to be here as well. Because a lot of people, like when you were like, so I have to ask you, like, why are you staying in Nairobi? You know, like why? But really, I think it's actually because Nairobi has more openness for things like puncturing the media and stuff like that. Whereas I
True.
don't know if you felt like this, but in the States and in LA, it's very
People
like
are very muted. They
super
just-
locked
yeah.
up. Yeah, it's just is what it is.
Or it's like in sex or something. Like people have their cliques and it's like
yeah, and there's like
this-
a tight inner circle.
But also, not many people like get through to the media. If you have something to say about the way things are happening,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't really. Here, it's we're closer to the people. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
There it's very hype and the real
Yeah.
people, and there's like
Yeah.
very few, like there's not
Yeah.
that much of a gap. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
No, that's
It does
actually
make
interesting
sense,
because
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say also when we first like just a backstory for the
Take us
people
back.
here.
Take
you
us
know,
back now.
I first met. It's all very cosmic.
Yeah.
Cosmic experience how we ended up meeting. But I met Tayo at a someone's family experience. Shout out to Natalie. I love you. You're
Shout
coming
out
here
Scott,
too. Coming here too.
That's right.
And then Tayo and I didn't meet for a couple years, but then we decided to collab. And then on the day that we were gonna collab, he was like, "By the way, Karen's coming," and I was like,
She has to come.
You did the same thing to me. Oh my god, you're just like.
I just like.
You're just like, oh
I'm
yeah,
just that dude.
come to my studio, yeah. By
No,
the way,
but
there's
you-
this chick called Marushka.
No, the reason why I did that first of all,
Yeah,
and it's
tell
gonna
us.
lead on to a question which I want to ask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say Runka. For guys that don't know, Runka is Karen backwards. You know Runka
No,
Filo,
it's like half and then like.
Lofi, that kind of thing, just chopped and screwed.
Yeah.
But the reason why I paired you guys up together is because, of course, you're not like anybody else, but you guys were similar in so many ways, and you've lived on, different parts of the world,
Yeah.
and that's why I was even gonna ask. I mean, what were some of the differences you found in the people in general, the young people in LA in comparison to here? Like, were they more about like, oh, I'm trying to hustle and make my money, or am I trying to?
Well, should I
turn
start?
up?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
What I found really interesting about the youth in LA is that they work really hard.
Say that again.
No, they do. I mean, like, I'm gonna be in school right. I mean, my friend is in school right now, and she's working. I don't know how many jobs, and
Yeah.
she's just like. I mean, I don't feel like that happens that much here in Kenya. Like, you won't find somebody going to college, and at the same time, they wouldn't mind being a waiter at like. I don't know.
They don't want to be waiters. I don't know what
I know.
it is.
I
but
feel like there's an ego thing here. Like, if you really need to get somewhere in life, you don't be so scared to take those jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
true
know.
story.
There's a big class thing here. Kenyans are like, oh, don't take those jobs. But I feel like we don't need that. I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know how you feel.
I see that all the time. Especially this like, oh, I don't want to do this job. Oh, I know if I'm in uni, I can stay in my parents' house for a good 6 years. And most folks, they don't want to move
It does
on.
happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like talking to my mom the other day about how like Art Cafe is not a bad place. Like if kids like us really needed to, we could work there. And it wouldn't be so bad. I don't know why we care so much. Like, really, life is
Yeah. The
real.
tips.
We shouldn't care so much.
I started learning about tipping waiters properly about 3 weeks ago.
Right?
Of course, M put me on that. She's
They
like,
have calculators and everything.
you guys
but-
don't tip waiters like they're people. I'm like, there are people. 50 bob. I got
I
him a
will say,
credit.
because on the note of working hard, my mother, when she was younger, worked a million jobs, and one of them was a waitress, and so she always taught me to tip really, really well. And then years later, I worked as one, but I only made it through 2 weeks. So I will say, actually, about people in the States, what I've noticed is that there is like, it's almost an extreme polarization. I noticed that people in the States almost work so extremely hard that then it's like they become robotic. And then actually we have really high rates of drugs and suicide in the States because
Yeah.
people work so hard that then they don't have any relief from it. So they just don't know how to like balance it, and then they end up becoming crazy in that way.
Crazy
But I don't know if you
kids.
found that. I mean, because the party scene here can be really crazy, but I don't know if you found like
Really
the
crazy.
really crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you found like the nightlife life in LA.
I don't know. I'm not 21, man. So everything I've been doing is just like live shows.
There's no
I'm
fake
gonna go
ID
see
type
my
situation.
artist. I was I was really in the middle of nowhere, so
Oh,
I was just chilling with my tech. So
So then how were the shows? Did you see any good shows?
Yes, I did. I saw Toki Monster. yeah, you know
stop.
Toki Monster. I don't
Just
know if you
chill.
guys know Toki Monster.
Just
I've
chill.
seen her too, and
Doja
Blinky
Cat
just saw
too.
her. You
Yes.
saw Doja Cat? We just discovered Doja Cat. Yo,
She
shout out
is-
to
I know
Doja
songs.
Cat.
Love and Trippy
You
and
guys
all this
check
stuff.
her out.
Yeah.
I know the
Doja
song Super
Cat.
High.
Yeah.
This is me just being a complete groupie. Doja Cat is ill.
She is ill. A friend of mine went to high school with her. I mean, like,
Really? She's an amazing. Does
Those
she
are kinda
produce her own
stories.
beats? She's a
No.
rapper and a singer.
No.
Okay.
She's
You know,
human.
Wow,
Emmanuel Mari
she's
does
human.
some of hers. And,
All right,
yeah.
Doja Cat,
brilliant.
people, check that woman out.
Out of all
She's
the shows you've
amazing.
watched,
I'm
what's
glad
been
you
your
guys
favorite
know
one?
this, man.
You know.
What out of all the shows you've watched, actually, what's been your favorite one? I've been seeing pictures on Instagram. I'm like,
You guys are gonna make me feel
Miguel.
sad. Okay, the last show that I was gonna see was
Yeah.
Janae Aiko. That would have been the most amazing show, and SZA, right? But I didn't
been
get to
listening
go
to-
because
we've
I
been
got
listening
sick.
to
have.
Mhm.
But that would have been the most amazing.
Yeah,
show, I
SZA is
think.
like.
Otherwise,
Still time.
Thundercat was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but this is all
Thundercat.
underground artists, you
Right,
know?
so that's interesting because I
That's-
actually wanted to ask
Thunder.
you about
Thunder.
that. Is that before
Thunder.
you went to LA,
yeah.
were these underground artists like part of the trajectory of artists that were in your mind, or was it LA that opened that up for you? Because I will say I have a lot of things that I like have struggles with LA,
Yeah.
but one thing I do love is the underground music scene there is amazing right now. It's so
Okay.
rich.
Thundercat I knew before because
Okay.
of Flying Lotus,
Right.
and actually Blinky told me about him.
Right.
Blinky's really
Yeah,
really,
Blinky
on
really
that.
knows
He's
pretty
on that
awesome
shit.
music.
Yeah,
But like
Fly Low as
Doja
well.
Cat, Toki Monster, the rest of them,
Kali
there's so
Uchis.
many, man. Yeah, Kali Uchis,
Yeah.
and
Bang
like
bang.
who did I just? Okay, Emmanuel Mari.
Yeah.
Those guys I just knew because I was in LA. So
That's what's up.
That's
I was in Nairobi and we had 2 Chainz the other day, you know. So
How was that show?
I didn't go, but
I did not go
didn't go?
either.
he
No.
was here. He was here, and
No.
every time he stepped on the stage, I read somewhere they had to mop the floor because you know he didn't want to slip and lose a
Well,
dread.
speaking of good shows in Nairobi, though, do you have any plans to maybe
my God.
perform in Nairobi?
I would
anytime
like
soon?
to perform. It's so weird because it's Christmas, so it's like family this week.
Yeah.
And then like, oh gosh, and then I end up leaving, so I don't
Maybe
get
in
to
early
plan that much.
January.
Yeah, maybe. You guys
Maybe.
gotta invite me.
Okay, maybe we'll plan something
I'm
in
open
early
to
January.
Oh, yes,
She's
please.
open to shows.
Yeah.
Any advice, actually, now that we're talking about shows, do you have any advice for like Kenyan artists or
Yeah,
young
absolutely.
artists over here who want to put on performances and live shows? What's some of the things that you've seen that
That like
cats do over there?
diversified
Yeah.
your.
Oh, over
Just in
there?
style,
yeah, what
and then,
over
like,
there has
it's-
influenced you?
What I've been really, really into is the tech-heavy shows. Like when chicks come out with an MPC and they're like making beats on the stage and then they sing and everything. I like that. I feel like people just need to experiment a bit more. I mean, people are experimenting a bit more.
Yeah.
Like I think just
Yeah.
be you and have fun and just do your research. YouTube is like studying for me sometimes. Just
Yeah.
live shows. Just get some inspiration.
And I will say, just to wrap it out, as you say, studying, I want to just let people respect you even a little bit more, is that, you know, you really have started learning how to produce. When the 3 of us were collaborating, you and I were like sitting
Just like-
behind that computer, like engineering, you know?
I didn't know
What?
nothing.
So
He-
yeah, we
well,
really
we-
did
he
kind
was
of,
try- he
we
tried.
really did kind of
A
run
little
that
bit,
session.
little delete button.
But I will say, I wanted to give you big ups because you know
Thank
it's
you.
very rare that a female, let alone as well, you know, takes it into initiative to say like, I want to learn how to make my own beats. I
Yeah.
want to learn how to find my own sound.
yeah, where are
So
the Kenyan chick producers at?
There you
huh?
go.
You guys, man.
You heard it. She
Hit me up. I
challenged
want
you.
to know though because before,
know?
like when I was really not that young, but like before Kamula was huge, I was like, who is a female and producing
Producer.
right now? And nobody had an
It's
answer.
you. It's gonna be you.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
think
There you go. I nominate you.
It's a pioneer right there.
Right
Actually,
there.
I would love to be produced by a chick. Honestly,
but I feel like there's a movement about to
collaboration?
come. I know you
It's
guys are out
coming.
there, man.
It's
Just hit me
here.
up so I can be a part of this. Yeah,
happening.
just like yeah,
it's happening.
It's happening now.
right.
That's what's up.
And you too,
Karen.
right?
I want to
We're
ask one more
doing it.
question, just
One more.
because I
Do
want to
it.
know.
Do it. We're
Okay.
here.
Your hair is super cool. What are the secrets? So this, like, you know, this is your thing now. I dig it. I just
I love it.
I don't know how it's
You know
possible.
what's funny though is you used to be the guy who didn't let anyone touch his hair
It's
because
true.
it was
Still
like wait.
doesn't. Don't. It's
Yeah.
why the caps.
Got my
there.
hat
So I
on.
got it from you. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
I just had
looks
to.
cool. It looks
My hair's always been natural, but I just felt like need to start again.
It's so
So
cool.
I shaved the sides and I had like a little mini fro.
Love
is
you.
super
It's part
cool.
of
I've
you
just been
being
going
you.
with it. Yeah.
No, it's unique.
I feel like I mean, you guys, man, just embrace your hair, man. It's
You heard
yours.
it.
It's natural.
Pioneer.
I am not.
There's nothing wrong with natural.
All
I love
organic.
those things.
All organic artists right here.
What?
That's what's up.
Yes.
Keeping it
Karen.
organic, of course. Lady Karen.
Thank you for being
And you,
here.
I feel amazing. You guys, I've been trying to get my shosho to stop wearing like weaves.
Yeah. Sure, let it out, man.
Let it out.
Cornrows, Afro
And let
puff,
it go
whatever
gray
it is.
naturally too. I really like that.
I think
Just
grays
to-
are cool though.
Yeah.
It's a cool
Would you
one.
let your hair just like
Listen, I think I need to girl talk with you about hair now. So maybe Professor X could take us away to a
happening.
little bit of a
Oh.
DJ break. We have some things to talk about.
Sure.
yeah.
Karen, thank
Cool.
you for being
Thank you,
here.
thank you,
No
thank
problem.
you.
More to come in the new year, people.
Yes.
Look out for it.
Hare Krishna.